Hey guys, what's going on? It's Green Zero back here with another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. We have another game here for you today from Wasteland Circles. This one is a little bit old, from a few months ago, about 2 months. It's not on the system though, so no one's probably seen it. Wasteland Circles will be the map here on the left-hand side of Wasteland Circles, playing as the purple Zocom. It's going to be Tipz, aka Tipzee, and his ally on the right hand side playing as Nod Vanilla. As we can see, it's going to be Drive Russian, so Nod Vanilla and Zocom make up our left hand side team on the map. On the right hand side, eXs.TesLa, aka Donny Boyka, but goes by Tesla much more often these days. He's going to be playing as the Reaper 17, and his ally over here, the Russian space station himself, it's DVMIR. He's going to be playing as Steel Talons. We can tell by the Harvester. This is a random mirror 2v2 action. Before things get too serious, just going to let you guys know there will be a tournament on the weekend, but I will have another video coming up after this one, or maybe even before this one, depending on how I release them, which will be a quick reminder of the tournament. So stay tuned for that one. All the details will be there. Should be a good tournament, but we're going to focus on this game here for you today. Remember, if you do have replays, please upload them, especially if you're from the core contingency of players, because they tend to be the best ones. These guys here, of course, Wasteland Circles, a very nice map. When I first saw this map, when it was very first released, which is quite a long time ago now, I was a bit hesitant. It's one of those like type of pattern maps. It's got a big pattern, it's lots of circles, and it looked a bit iffy, but of course once we started playing on it, it's one of those situations where it actually turns out really, really good. You do share your starting field. The player over here will expand backwards while your ally expands forwards. Pitbull comes in from DVMIR. He will be scouting out the Drive Russian Nod player over here. Gonna lose his Pitbull, unfortunately, because the Raider Buggy will be able to focus it down eventually. The Raider Buggy takes some pretty severe damage. I'm not sure if any scouting went off on the right-hand side team here. If we go to TesLa, they can see their base. DVMIR, of course. Tipzee, no, absolutely zero scouting from Drive and Tipzee. But it's going to be eco all around. Reaper 17 definitely going to be enjoying the economy game here. That's what they like to do. DVMIR has a lot of harvesters out already, and this is why he didn't have any 5 harvesters as a main base. One of the harvesters is already at the blue Tiberian field. Battle markers over here. Buzzer swarms trying to sneak their way around. Not going to make it. Drive Russian will cut them down. Doesn't matter too much. They are aware that it is going to be an eco game. There's no rushing coming from the Russian player, no pun intended, but we have a bike and another buggy out, or that's the same buggy, sorry. He's constructing some bikes now. Does he have a ref? He has a ref, so he's going to go on the offensive. Not going to matter. It looks like TesLa is going to back out. He's got his blue tip and he's on his way. A few Seeker tanks will rock up. Bikes don't want to see those. He did have the infused buzzer ability, so he's able to walk right up to that and then clear it. So that's a very handy tool there. You don't often see the buzzer combine ability. It's mainly used for the sole purpose of garrison clearing like that, because it's super effective. You can't kill the buzzer swarm while it's in the combine. You have to break that. Meanwhile, looks like DVMIR will spot the scattered forces over here. These are just going to be scouting units. Both sides just scouting each other out. Nothing serious happening here. Neither side committing to an attack. We can see that Drive is moving some units up, but TesLa is aware of them because he's already got Seeker tanks, and they are moving to intercept. Drive is not going to be able to find a gap here, and you've got to remember, with the way the level is designed, there's several levels and several lanes to go through. That was a scouting unit there from Tipzee, trying to see what DVMIR is up to. DVMIR is just ecoing like a madman. I'm assuming Tipzee is doing the same thing. Double ref for all players at the moment, even Drive, even with his bikes out. Very heavy economy game here. We haven't actually seen a game like this for a while that I've casted, where all sides are just pouring into the economy right now, which is definitely the meta of the game. Usually someone will want to take a swing at each other. Tipzee's going to go for AP ammo, composite armor, ceramic armor, hammerheads here, battle markers over there, just trying to scare him off. Puts down his lightning spike. Obviously, Drive Russian was threatening there. A few bikes here. Unfortunately, Drive Russian does not pull them back far enough, and TesLa will just find them. DVMIR has a beacon. What's happening up here? He's got a surveyor, but there is some pitbulls. He's pulling all of his harvesters off the line. Obviously that surveyor was intended to go to the left hand side. Will be called out. All these harvesters being pulled off the line. There's actually nothing down here to defend that. Meanwhile, more pitbulls coming from Tipzee. DVMIR does get his harvesters back to work. He has got a tech center down, so obviously not planning. He's actually got a lot of pitbulls there, but now we can see that Tipzee is moving through this main base set here. He might try to go for the harvester. No, he's going to back off, realizing that's probably not going to be worth it. Battle markers over here as well. We have the obelisk coming down, and the Seeker tanks will just be backing out as soon as they see that. These pitbulls are kind of tussling a little bit here, but Tipzee will back off. No real harm down. Oh, we have a Tib Vane come in. This will weaken the harvesters significantly, and another surveyor comes out. He will pop one of the harvesters, so a bit of teamwork there. He's going to try to pop another one. He pops a second surveyor, and DVMIR's had enough. He's just going to move the MCV now. And he was going for Mammoth Tank's railgun upgrade, so that's what he was trying to work towards. That's why he doesn't really have any units, because he's trying to push down that heavy tech tree. But now his economy has been ravaged somewhat. He hasn't really lost a lot of harvesters, only 2 harvesters. Tipsy's sneaking his MCV out to the left-hand side here. Meanwhile, these forces are coming in, and he has ceramic armor hammerheads. He does have all the upgrades for them. Unfortunately, the shard walkers there will actually still do a lot of damage. Laser, what do we got? Laser capacitors coming out from drive Russian. Disc mechas. Oh, Tipsy's going to want to be careful. That actually snipes down one of the mechapeds before it can grow well enough, but he's still going to have to be careful because disc mechas plus these shard walkers will do a lot of damage. Battle marker over here. There's a flame tank now moving in, but this mammoth tank could get the crush off. Oh, crush off. Lucky there from DVMIR. Battle markers over here as well. We have these. Oh, he uses the phase field. He doesn't quite get one of the tripod husks. He could probably try to destroy that, not going to. Meanwhile, he's backing out over here. Tipsy will lose the remainder of his pitbulls here. But we have railguns done from DVMIR, just really struggling to retain or to survive there. We have the hammerheads moving back over here. Looks like DVMIR is going to the blue tip field. Tipsy's already there. Battle markers up there again, just finishing the cleanup. And these hammerheads are going to come back now. They should be able to find DVMIR's harvester and just destroy that. Drive Russian does have forces here, fully upgraded Scorpion tanks with the dozer blade as well. We can see that it's going to be tripods on the cards here for TesLa. No upgrades for the tripods just yet. He is working on them though, so hopefully he can get both of those. Another mechapede will be destroyed. That's unfortunate there. He's picking off the mechapedes when they're just by themselves. Disc mechs, of course, very powerful. Does he have ceramic, not ceramic armor, tungsten AA shell? No, he does not. That's something he may have to work on. He's actually working on an upgrade at the moment. I'm not sure what it is. He's got adaptive armor. It's almost certainly going to be tungsten AA shell, especially against Zocom. You do want tungsten AA. Tipsy is establishing himself on the top field, whereas we can see that DVMIR has not reached his third base just yet, which is going to be here, going to put him close to it. Meanwhile, what's happening over here? We don't have any move here for the screenplay. He has got a hexapod out, which is interesting since he's going for tripods as well. Battle markers over there, just some slingshots there, and battle markers over there. Drive Russian just pulling his forces here. Going to move down. Is this a second MCV from Tipsy? It looks like he may have 2 MCVs at his disposal because he does have one at the top as well. These slingshots just backing off, doesn't want to lose them. Yeah, he does have 2. He's going for infantry, maybe double sonic drop here as well, just defending out his base. Drive Russian is going to help him out. DVMIR going to pull back these pitbull tungsten shell forces. He does have the tungsten shell done, and he's got some behemoths here as well, or just one. Battle marker over here as well. He did snipe down the tech center, and Tipsy has gone for firehawks as well, has a stratofighter, which means that he's actually recovering the husk, but it means TesLa won't be able to produce any more tripods. Oh, he flies over this force. Oh my god, is he going to lose anything? That was so lucky. Ceramic armor hammerheads. It's not hammerheads, sorry. Oh, we got vertigo bombers. Ceramic armor firehawks are so tanky. They're just unbelievably tanky. And he's not going to have the opportunity to get shard launches. I don't believe he has it anyway. Battle marker over here. Looks like DVMIR wants to make a move. He's got a ref down. The problem here for Tipsy is that he doesn't have artillery to fight this. He's got some hammerheads here. He's going to try to focus his... Oh, he's got to watch out. Those tungsten shells are there. Oh, they're firing. He does pop one from the sky, put some damage on. There's actually a lot of slingshots here now. He's not going to be able to engage those. Those are going to be very cost effective. We have him trying to snipe down that harvester. The rocket harvester will escape, and Drive Rusher will clean this up. Meanwhile, looks like DVMIR is going to make a move. TesLa is taking the bottom field. He does replace his tech center. Tipsy's going to want to do something about that, but he's going to be preoccupied. What's happening over here? We have the firehorse come in. They will drop the refinery, but the refinery was placed around the wrong way. Uses a laser field, so he had one at his disposal. Maybe he didn't mind losing it because he dropped it the wrong way around. Look at this Steel Talon's army now. He's got Wolverines in there. He obviously realizes that he's going to get imp spammed. Drive Russian is going to come through. Drive has been a bit quiet lately. We have these hammerheads moving through. They're going to go straight for the command post. If the command post goes down, he won't be able to place any AA turrets, and he does have the shell. He pops one down. He pops one down. Tipsy's going to try to focus it down. Oh my god, he's actually going to focus it down. He doesn't lose anything. Battle markers over here as well. Looks like DVMIR wants to push on this base. We have the Stasis coming down here. Drive is destroying this base outright. Meanwhile, he will move these forces out. There's actually no AA to stop him, but the slingshots were coming. He must have known the slingshots were coming. But Drive is going to completely clean up TesLa's base here. Battle Marker's over here. He's got scattered forces. He needs to bring the Hexapod back right now because Drive is clearing out the base. It is all happening. DVMIR is going to force an engagement momentarily over here. He does have a large army. Unfortunately, one of his Mammoth tanks got picked off. We're going to see an engagement over there. Meanwhile, the Hammerheads are moving through, and he EMPs the Redeemer. Unfortunately, getting in range of those tripods. We'll keep an eye on this fight. This is getting really messy. Oh my god, he lost one of his behemoths, if not his only behemoths. Where are the tungsten shell slingshots? They're not here to guard the army. They're out of position. They're somewhere. They're trying to make a move. They're coming now, but they're gonna be losing some of these tanks. He puts the adaptive armor on, but Tipzee does repel the attack. That was very ill-timed by, and he's got no anti-infantry now. He could try to run them over lawnmower style, but no, he's going to back off. But DVMIR just completely getting pulled out of position there. He needed his double A there. It was a clumsy attack. Meanwhile, Drive strikes at the heart of TesLa and just hollows out his base. TesLa, though, does have his tier 3. He does have a lot of economy, so he's still in this one now. And DVMIR is going to have to rally. He's going to have to try to regroup these Mammoth tanks. Of course, the Scorpions are no match for these Mammoth tanks. These Mammoth tanks will eat them alive. As you can see, more Wolverines coming. He has been getting bombed, of course. We can see this has obviously been bombed because he's getting repairs on it, but he had laser field. He comes in, and Tipzee will now pay for this one. He gets the tech center. Only one Firehawk. That's actually quite good there for Tipzee. That's very good. Meanwhile, these last couple of tanks are unable to be dislodged by DVMIR. DVMIR's forces are floundering right now. He had a very large army, and it's been traded for relatively little. Tipzee, meanwhile, has cleaned up the field. He does have a Marv to show for a couple of base defenses here. They could sell these off. Infantry just standing guard over here. Meanwhile, we can see that TesLa is trying to protect the blue tip field, but Tipzee's getting out. There's actually nothing in the tanks there. That's all empty. Battle Marker's over here. No, looks like he's going to bring his tripods up here. These are completely unupgraded tripods, by the way. He doesn't even have shields for them. This is absolutely disastrous for TesLa. He's had this for quite some time. Still trying to repair the tech center, which makes me think he wants to save it, but there's actually nothing coming to save it, so the repair tool is just buying him time at the moment. But a combined attack on this base could work. There is 3 tier 3 base defenses there, so they're going to have to be dislodged first, but they should be able to do that. Yeah, he does finally lose that. TesLa just recovering the bottom. He does have the shard protection here, triple shard action. He does have a field. Oh, he's actually going to expand over here, so TesLa's not doing too bad. DVMIR just needs to hold the line. I don't think Tipzee's got, like, the problem is Tipzee doesn't really have an army to go kill him. He's got a Marv. It's really far out of position. That's somewhat vulnerable. But DVMIR is going to move through, not DVMIR, sorry, TesLa is going to move through. And are these guys starting to rally? They are. Oh my god, there's a heroic Scorpion tank there. That's going to do a lot of damage. But DVMIR is starting to, sorry, not DVMIR, TesLa is starting to rally, but he's got a flame tank over there. He needs to get these Seekers to respond. They do have shard launchers, so they should be able to disrupt or to destroy this flame tank relatively quickly. Not before he takes down the whole power grid, though. This is devastating. We have battle markers over here as well. Looks like it's just scattered forces over there. Did he take that out? No, the tank is still going. Meanwhile, we have TesLa just carving holes. Oh, he's got to watch out. Those sonic shots are doing a lot of damage. He needs to make sure he doesn't lose too many of these Seeker tanks. He has got zone troopers. So Tipzee has zone raiders, sorry, garrisoned inside some of these hammerheads. He's going to need more double A than just these Seeker tanks, unfortunately. These Seeker tanks aren't going to cut it. They're too lightly armored. Meanwhile, the Marv is back here. Oh my god, the tier 4 is there. That is devastating. Oh, what happened there? Oh my god, a lot of units just got popped. I'm not sure what that was. Does DVMIR have Firehawks? I'm not 100% sure, but a lot of them got popped. I think they got in range. Maybe the Seekers there. The Seekers doing a lot of damage. Battle markers raging over here. This is getting so messy, by the way. It is getting so messy, and DVMIR now is his base under attack. He's got the Marv over here. He's got Steel Talons infantry, which are incredibly weak. Oh my god, I wouldn't waste my time on those, especially against the Marv. But he is moving through the base. He will just move the screen a little bit there so we can get down to the bottom parts or see as much of the map as possible. Battle markers over here. This one tank is just hollowing out TesLa's base, but at the same time, he's made a lot of progress. More units going down. Oh my god, Tipzee's just been whittled down. He's been whittled down on his hammerheads, unfortunately. Not necessarily lose that many in that situation. DVMIR still holds this area. He does have... Did he just get shockwaved? Did Tipzee do that? Tipzee, did he shockwave his own units? I'm not 100% sure what happened there, but a shockwave came down all over DVMIR's units. And Tipzee will take advantage of that. Tipzee must have done that. There's no way DVMIR would have EMP'd his own units there. Meanwhile, he finally pops that tank. He finally pops the tank with disintegrators. But TesLa's getting out of control. He's actually building up quite a force. He's still got Tiberium. He's the only player with Tiberium at his disposal, which means he can power through on this. Going to lose the last of his spikes. But meanwhile, he's still pushing through here. These Seeker tanks with the Shard upgrade, he can't stop them. he cannot stop them here. There's not enough, and he's got more units pooling in now. So the thing about Seeker tanks, if they're fully upgraded, which has got attenuated force fields, they can be pretty hard to dislodge, and they detect stealth. The shard launchers do a lot of damage, and Drive Russian is going to be cleaned up. Is Drive Russian somewhat out of this game at the moment? I'm not 100% sure. Battle Marker's up there, still trying to pop that. Meanwhile, we do have Firehawks. That definitely looked like Firehawks. Didn't quite pop that. Tipzee's still rolling Firehawks somewhere. Units being destroyed there. Not sure what got shot down there. Something definitely got shot down. We had Vertigo Bombers around for a while, but I didn't see what they were really doing. These two avatars may have to back out. They really can't deal with the infantry and the aircraft here. They have no way to deal with that. Tipzee, meanwhile, is moving through this base head here. He's going to take out the tier 2 of TesLa. These forces will all fall. He may have to back up there. Meanwhile, EMP grenades come down from Tipzee, so he's going to be EMPing the Hexapod here, which is of course just a big meat shield for him. He doesn't have any Shard Walkers, so he's not going to be able to do too much against his infantry. I mean, the Seeker tanks may be able to whittle them down because they have the Shard launchers now. The Shard launchers actually combined should be able, I mean, he's got composite armor, he's got Tipz field suits as well. That's taking a lot of time to kill the infantry here. Calling in the repair drones as well. He's got to watch out. Some of the Seeker tanks are getting ripped up. Once the shields are off, they don't really have a lot of armor, so they will be destroyed. He's going to pull them back towards the repair drones, which is a good idea. And he has an elite Hexapod here. So TesLa now seems to be in a commanding position because, again, he's got all this Tiberium at his disposal. The Marv is over here. It's somewhat vulnerable. There is Tiberium here. There is a lot of Tiberium here. DVMIR needs to make a move. Is DVMIR, does he not have an MCV? Oh my god, I think DVMIR, these are his last structures. I think he may be out of it here. He can refine and he can produce aircraft. I think he's just trying to stall for TesLa to be able to do something. He needs a way to disable the Marv. Elite Marv now. Sorry, not Elite Marv. Oh, that is questionable. That is highly questionable. That's like a super weapon, and there's nothing here to rally. There's nothing here to rally for that. If he had an army that could sneak up on it, maybe it would be worth it, but it's just going to wear off, and all it has done is bought in time for a fantastic support power usage there. Well, the support power itself is fantastic, but Drive Russian and Tipzee just huddling in the top left-hand side. They are huddling together. They need to be able to survive this attack, but the Hexapod is here. The Marv will be, no, will not be destroyed. There's Venoms here actually, and they do have laser capacitors, so the Marv will be backing off. There's nothing much here to defend the base, but it has tier 3 down, which means he can produce tripods, but this attack is going to be going off now. Can TesLa break this base? EMP is coming down. We have the aircraft over here. There's not very many. All DVMIR, unfortunately, losing some of his hammerheads, not hammerheads, sorry, the slingshots, but those hammerheads do belong to DVMIR now. And there's a sonic emitter there. We'll be cutting through those units. He does use the phase field. How much health did he have left? Yeah, he was low on health. The Venoms just go straight across the top of those slingshots, and they will be absolutely massacred. Tipzee now no longer has an area to land his Firehawks. And Tipzee and Drive, I think they're actually just going to get pushed out now. I think they're going to get pushed out. There's a battle marker over here. The Marv is over here. He did get a tripod out, which is huge because he can use, if he still had the stasis chamber, he could be EMPing the Marv right now, but he's not able to do that. I think they might be able to hold this attack. Remember, he cannot teleport the Hexapod. There is no ability for Reaper to do that, and DVMIR can't really do anything to help save him. He is trying to destroy these last structures here. Or if Tipzee doesn't have an MCV, that was his last production structure actually, so he cannot produce anything. Drive Russian now, it's going to be up to him. Moving through another tripod, that belongs to DVMIR. He will get the EMP off, but meanwhile this Marv is making progress. Oh my god, these tripods cannot get in range. He only turns around, oh my god, he was right there. He's going to lose that. Tipzee is just being like, what is going on here? TesLa panicked and he could have got the EMP off. He loses his Hexapod. He's still got scattered units. He's got a heroic avatar. It's dual beam. He's got a dual beam heroic avatar. That is really nasty. That is very nasty indeed. That's going to have to be stopped at some point in time. He should try to focus down maybe the crane. He can actually destroy that. Shooting the ref does nothing because Tipzee has no other structures, which he probably isn't aware of. TesLa gets cleaned up. Now he has to deal with this, and he doesn't have enough tripods. He doesn't get the EMP off, and the Marv is now at elite. Oh my god. TesLa has delivered chocolate cake in this defense. This was the most delicious tasting chocolate cake I can imagine. And now his power grid is going down. The Marv can self-repair with its 2 repair pads, so it's going to be difficult. Meanwhile, DVMIR, he's going to get pushed out. These forces are going to come over, and he's got nowhere to stop them, and these are his last structures, and that's going to be the end of DVMIR. There's a lot of Tiberium. Look at the radar. There's tons of Tiberium on the map, but neither side now is in any condition to deal with this. And again, he's got a heroic He's got a heroic Marv. TesLa just let his base be completely carved out, and that's the end of the game there. So it's safe to say that somehow Tipzee and Drive won that game, because the fact that it cut out there shows whoever uploaded or gave me the replay, which I can't even remember who it was because it's sitting in my folder. But a 20-minute game. But yeah, Tipzee and Drive have clearly won that game now. DVMIR was dead, and TesLa now has no way to stop that Marv, and he's pretty much dead. But that was really a really intense, really good game. I can't believe I hadn't had a chance to watch that one. TesLa, though, if we go back to the resources, oh my god, look at the resources for TesLa. He is staggeringly large over everyone else. Tipzee, of course, sitting around 140,000, but he's at 230,000, $228,000 to TesLa. His ally only got 125, which I believe is the least. Yeah, he got this. DVMIR got the same amount as Dry, about 127 there, and Tipzee got 150. So if we look at the team score, 353,000 to TesLa and DVMIR. So they got in total about 50, 60, almost 70, basically, yeah, $70,000 more. Tiberium, they couldn't close it, unfortunately. TesLa, I think, just delivered the cake. It was cheesecake right at the end of that defense. If he just stopped the Marv, you know, he wasted the stasis, and he just fed the tripods in one at a time. It was just an absolute catastrophe there. Easy for us to say this, but really someone of TesLa's caliber should have identified how to stop the Marv, and unfortunately that cost him the game. So yeah, that was a good fight for them to come back, because they were always on the defensive, and then all of a sudden they turned around and Drive got hit for 6, and then Tipzee got hit for 6. But yeah, they're just going to come through and win the game there. So well done to both those players, or all 4 players essentially. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Stay tuned to my channel, I have more videos coming up as soon as possible. I'm Green Zero, and I'll catch you all in the next video.